Hello everybody, I am Linkzilla and welcome back to God of War. When we last left off, we had finally made the journey back home to the Wildwoods. We discovered Odin's hidden chamber, but we found no Valkyrie there. That was odd, but we did find the Realm Tear encounter there and we defeated it, and the message there implied that there was a Valkyrie locked up there, but now she's been unleashed, and it might have been Golder, or Gondol, sorry. It might have been Gondol based on how the message described her. Death on wings, tried to flee to another realm, possibly Muspelheim. She'll be hunted down and captured. Anyway, I also found the missing artifacts that were in that location, so let's see. Holy bloody hell. Look at my Midgard summary. I've found 32 of 34 artifacts, which means there are only 2 left. There are only 2 artifacts left to find in Midgard. But there's always Helheim and Niflheim, plus Jotunheim when we get there. Anyway, this is one thing that I'm actually going to do instead of basically going on to the journey. I've basically marked out on this compass for the entrance that should take us, let's see, to Komungard. That's the one place that I haven't explored yet because I honestly thought that that was the way to the Northree stronghold. But it's the last place that I have to look, so let's say that we go check it out. But first, let's see. These must be the final 2. And they're... so sorry. They're in the mountain. At least I think they're in the mountain. Anyway. Let's head on back, shall we? The only way to travel. Hey, boy? So you're not going to talk to me? You're not going to talk to the head? Dang it. I know that Kratos isn't exactly the warmest of men, but I really want these two to talk to each other, damn it. I am in this for the story, and the only way I'm getting the story right now is through dialogue. Because seriously, it's one of the things I've always wanted from the God of War games. More dialogue. Let's open up a dialogue between these two. Jesus, where the hell is it? I am convinced that we came past here already. Was this the point where I turned around? You still can't read these, can you?
Almost. If we could just find the other pieces of the language there's...
Where is that missing piece? I really hope that I don't find it where I'm going, because then I'm going to be pissed off. It's like, you mean to tell me it was here the entire time? Hey, be careful where you swing that knife. I mean, you're standing really close to me. Let's see. It was in this cave. And I said that we would come back to this later. Well, it's later. The King's Hollow. Check it out, eh? I have a feeling that we're going to need some kind of keystone. Like, this is definitely going to be a part of the dwarf's favor quest. Oh well, it means I'll be able to beat them here sooner. You always basically... You guys ever have those moments where you basically boot up a game and say, just play till you get hungry? Well, now I'm hungry. Yep, there's the gate. For a second there, I thought it was a frozen statue. Or an ice sculpture. Yep, and there's the keystone we need. Wait. I feel like we've done this before. Have we done this before? Yeah, we came in here. Because I recognize this scene. Oh, well. I guess we have no other choice. We've got to go back to Tyr's temple. Come on, like, where's a hidden chamber? Could always try to go back there and try and find the last hidden lore marker. Have no idea where it is. Maybe it's hidden behind some hellwind. Okay. So... Right, let's just get going. The kid's keeping his eye on Kratos. Dang it, I got stuck and the kid outpaced me. Right, let's go down into Tyr's vault. The thing about it is that I'm actually kind of... I have a feeling that what's down in Tyr's vault might actually have been something that I spotted in a trailer watching the game. Wait, a trailer for the game, so... If it is... I certainly can't watch that cutscene wearing this. This'll do. The marked warrior returns. This is the one.
Here we go again.
This is the one that had the missing panel.
You ready?
Do you want to try teaching me again, boy? Let me look around first. This is just the other side. Were both doors sealed on both sides? We only broke open the one.
Here we go again. You ready?
Read it.
Death itself I swallow, to spring forth life tomorrow.
Oh, I like that one.
I wonder if I wrote it.
Death itself I swallow, to spring out life tomorrow.
Is that the answer there?
It says Earth.
Swallows death, brings forth life.
Yep, it's Earth.
Go.
Yeah.
You see, Atreus, when we die, our bodies become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass. And so,
I wish I'd known I was a god in Alfheim. I wouldn't have felt so bad about killing so many elves.
Well, I'm not sure that's the lesson.
You've done nothing to regret. The elves forced their affairs upon us.
No, I get it now. We had god things today, and they were in the way, dragging us into their little problems.
Again, are we just leaving that there?
I mean, just knowing we're gods makes me feel so much stronger.
Maybe you feel a little too good right now. With power comes a big choice, lad. You can either serve yourself, or put your godhood in the service of others, like Tyr did.
People really loved him, huh?
Aye, the god of war, but one who fought for peace. Had a reputation for being heroic and lawful, using his power and knowledge to stop wars rather than start them.
So there are good gods.
Once in a moon, it's been known to happen, yes?
God of War. Tyr was the god of war. I thought Odin was the god of war. God of...
This one mentions places I've never heard of. Seems Tyr really liked to travel.
Tyr believed the mind, not might, was key to preventing war and chaos. And he also knew visiting other cultures would give him perspective staying in one place could
China.
not.
Egypt.
While Odin always hoarded knowledge, guarding it
The
jealously,
Aztecs?
Tyr was open and sharing with his learning and his wisdom. For this, mortals adored Tyr, showing their love by bringing him gifts the world over.
The world over. Oh, it's definitely gonna happen. Yggdrasil.
So, whatever happened to Tyr?
Odin came to regard him as a threat to his rule. He suspected Tyr of collaborating to aid the giants instead of helping to steal their secrets for the Aesir. The same thing he accused me of, frankly. Though in Tyr's case, I believe he was right.
You think Tyr was helping the giants?
I do. He felt responsible for the suffering visited upon them by Odin. I suspect he had something to do with helping them cover their tracks.
The missing Jotunheim Tower.
Correct. Whatever happened to it, I believe it could only have been done with Tyr and the giants working together.
Well, my mind has just been blown adequately, significantly. I was kind of hoping that these were chests. Tyr was the god of...
Where is this platinum?
Don't know. I've never been in here.
How do you even know that it's here then? Okay, we're underneath the
The stone! That has to be it!
Tyr's vault. Atreus! We're underneath the portion of the temple that has the roots of the world tree.
Naturally.
Security. Helheim wins. We'll have to disengage those rings.
Didn't think it would be that easy.
No. I was kind of hoping, though. So what now?
We use our heads. Tyr said that mind and not might is the key to stopping wars. It's the key to lots of things, and
Brother, up there! The winds of hell!
The ones of what?
Oh, we forgot to mention that. When you were sick, we went to Helheim to get your cure.
You did?
Terrible experience, by the by. Your dad picked up a new trick, though, with a little help from Brock.
Rock was there too?
briefly.
But... We'll get back to this later.
Yeah, later. Because that's the most that the boy has ever asked about the blades. And right now, I'm trying to basically bust this open because it closed on me. You can't close on me. I want loot. I earned that loot. I really do think that at some point this troll statue is going to come to life. That kind of looks like the idol from Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Which is ironic because I'm looking back here and basically like, this looks like where the Holy Grail was kept, and I was about to focus it on one cup and say, that's the cup of a carpenter. Physics? What's that? Well, that gave me a health burst because of the perk that I have. Low activation seems to activate the most when I'm basically not in combat. It happened again. Why is there a corpse in this vault? And what is this? This looks like it could be a place for a cutscene. Oh no. Please don't be what I think it is.
Ah, a skiing dew from my homeland. Used to have one of my own back in the day. You should take it, boy.
Yes, boy. Take it. We might need to butter bread somewhere on our travels.
This is why no one likes you.
Kratos. Yes, boy, take it. This is why no one likes you. Yes, boy, take it. I gotta admit, I do like the piles of treasure. Though it's just weird knowing that I can't really do anything with them. Punching at them yields no rewards, so... It'd be funny if there was an achievement, break everything or destroy everything. Yes, boy, take it. This is why nobody likes you. Atreus. No. Glowing fungus. Shroom light. can't reach from up here. This is gonna be one gnarly puzzle.
What of these?
Thought is faster than wind.
Solving problems with our heads rather than our feet. Suits me fine.
Thought is faster than wind. Man, must be some fast bitch. Well, I knew that this was definitely going to be some kind of brain teaser. Well, this might expedite the process.
You know, for someone so loved, Tyr sure was paranoid.
Aye. Thanks to Odin, with good reason.
It's not exactly paranoid. It's just security.
You may lose it, brother.
I mean, I knew I was going to lose it, but I just don't know what to do with it. There's no way that I can get this and climb up in enough time. There has to be somewhere that I can put it. What? What's the matter? Where are you? Atreus?
Father, I think you should see this.
We've already seen that, boy. These have to play some kind of significance. Wait a second. Ah. Good work, boy. Sorry I doubted you. That ought to hold ya. Is this an elevator? This whole thing is an elevator. No.
Well, that's unfriendly.
And that's why we're going to do it. Both of these directions opened up. But this thing hasn't moved.
Experience.
Boy, remind me one of these days when you're older to tell you a place called Pandora's Temple. Okay, Pandora's Temple. But who's Pandora? I'll tell you that story when you're even older. Okay, not smart. But I just wanted to put them back the way they're supposed to be.
Look, small passages on either side. Perfect for the boy.
He does not do this.
It's too small for Father, though.
Boy,
Be fine.
Careful, brother. Rhea's not here to bring you back if you're cutting too.
quieter. Did he say quieter? I should get them synced up. That way it'll be easier to go back if we have to. Ready? Now. There. Plenty of space to cross. Where the fuck did you come from? You are one creepy little bastard, you know that? But you're my creepy little bastard. This is it. I've been waiting a long time for this.
Look at that!
I am really glad that I made that Grecian urn joke earlier in the playthrough, because to use it here would just be... there. Wine. Greek. A little taste of home. The Marked Warrior. I love that. A little reminder that Kratos did make history. Don't. Please don't. Boy, what are you doing?
What'd you find?
Enough distraction. Do not forget why we are here.
Okay.
So you guys see, I had to take off Kratos' armor for that. You can't cover up those tattoos. But the kids saw anyway. A man who's constantly running from his past. I really hope that that jug of wine that he found is gonna basically do some good. Hey! My. but the fungus all over this place is gonna confuse the crap out of me. But just more fungus.
That's from a great desert land, very far from here.
Egypt?
Do gods live there?
Oh my, yes. Many, many gods.
Good or bad?
And not as simple
Yep,
as that,
it's a
I'm
scarab.
afraid.
Keep it if you like. Yep. I really do hope that the games do get around to exploring Kratos in Egypt, because, like I said, according to the myth of Typhon, some of the Greek gods fled to Egypt in order to escape him in their animal form, and the Egyptians recognized them as gods. So that was kind of like Greek mythology's attempt to basically say, oh, the Egyptian gods are just the Greek gods in disguise. I have a feeling that instead of, realm tears. See what I mean? Nightmares. Release the dogs. Get over here! Was he about to say, glad I'm on your side?
What did you see in that vault that set you off?
It is not important.
Seemed important to you.
It was a rash impulse. You need not dwell on my failings.
Wow, that was almost an apology. Well, I guess you do like to smash pottery.
Like I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, there's no way Kratos is going to be able to hit that one from here. Although, now that I basically tried it, I think that it actually...
Stands to reason the second ring should behave like the first. Just need to capture the winds.
Unbelievable, I got it. This game really loves making me look like an ass. I honestly thought that... Get over here! I honestly thought it was going to be a thing where I would have to go back to the first chamber that we came in and get the winds there and put them here. Now that we've unlocked the door. So it would have been done in the old days.
Look, I just want to know the truth from now on, okay? I don't care if it hurts me or not. I want to learn. Just because you hate being a god doesn't mean I have to.
It's not about what's going to hurt you at this point. It's about what's going to hurt me. Although I gotta admit, I understand where Kratos is coming from. I mean, part of the reason why I don't want to have kids is because I don't want to have my kids wake up one day and look at me and realize that they see a monster.
More small passages.
I know. Go.
I can't watch, brother. Good luck.
Mimir, if you...
And I thought those saws were scary.
Mimir, if you honestly thought that this was going to get the best of me, then you really should be keeping both eyes open. You see? I could swing with the best of them. Well, we've got 2 of the seals, but we haven't even seen the chest yet. Or door. You do like smashing pottery. The wolves? Yep. What were their names again? Holland Skakti? I don't know. Right, that's the door open. You know, I gotta admit, this is the first point in the game where it actually feels like, well, how it used to.
Look! It's the wolf giants.
Skull and Hati.
That's right. The bringers of day and night.
Ragnarok begins when they catch the sun and moon. Right? Did Tyr know them?
I don't know. Like them well enough to cover a massive wall in his vault with them, though.
But yeah, like I said, the Ragnarok begins with 3 tragedies. Maybe one of the tragedies is that Skull and Hati finally catch their quarry. Can you imagine how much it must suck being the sun and the moon? Because apparently you're a personified living being, and yet you're constantly under the threat of being eaten by giant-ass wolves. Where's the 3rd seal? Well, wherever the chest or door is, the 3rd seal will probably be close to it. Which is kind of alarming me, because this is basically taking us pretty far away from the other, where we found the other 2. You know what I find kind of ironic? I'm basically like assuming that Kratos being the rogue element is probably what's going to start Ragnarok, because one of the tragedies of Ragnarok is Thor is defeated in combat, which is basically unheard of. Well, Kratos is here. He's logically the only one who can actually beat Thor in a fight. So, I have a feeling that Kratos is going to fight Thor, he's going to beat him, and then Ragnarok will that'll be the first of the tragedies that start befalling the Aesir. But here's something that's ironic, because most of this I'm just basing off of memory from what I watched growing up as a kid. Ironically, from, of all places, Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. Yeah, there was a time back, I think in 2014, where the show was on Netflix, and I binge-watched the entire thing, just kind of basically getting a little nostalgia trip. One of the later seasons features Hercules going to the areas of Norse mythology, and they even had Xena doing that as well. But he goes to Norse mythology, he becomes friends with Thor, but he's ultimately worried because everybody is paranoid about Ragnarok, and Hercules ends up tricking Thor. Loki ends up tricking Thor and Hercules into fighting each other, and surprise, surprise, Hercules wins. So Hercules ends up getting manipulated into starting Ragnarok. So I just find that so ironic that in both situations, it's the son of Zeus who's going to start all this. In both situations,
Don't you enjoy it at all? Being a god? On an adventure in some amazing place? Maybe Mother wanted us to have a little fun. Everything we've seen and done. Maybe it was her gift.
It had its perks, boy. I admit that when I was first told the news, when I was first given my reward, I was in awe at the grandeur. The sights that I beheld, they paled in comparison to the words she told me when my task was done. I admit that I was overwhelmed by the splendor, and I took my place on the throne, a throne that I had rightfully earned, that I had savagely earned. But I quickly realized that that this reward was nothing at all to me, because it was not what I wanted. What I wanted merely was peace and freedom and escape from all-consuming madness. And in becoming a god, I soon realized I had taken the place of the man that I hated most of all. They wanted me to become him. Well, they got their wish. The final ring is facing upwards. I'll never be able to hit it from down here. Which means unless there are basically places up here that I can anchor the wind to. Where's the nightmare?
Well done.
I think I'm getting good at that. Get over here! Yes. Hey guys, that little monologue that I gave to Kratos down below when Atreus asked him if he ever enjoyed it, I actually really meant what I said when I basically talked about it. Gloom Nightmare. Father can hit them twice on the same axe throw. Once on the axe throw and again on the recall. Well, you can basically do that for anything, kid. I really meant what I said when I basically gave Kratos that line of dialogue about how at first he was overcome with the splendor, because that's the paradox of the original God of War game, because the game literally pulls the rug out from under you, but then it overwhelms you with the splendor of what Kratos receives in the end. And in a lot of ways, it kind of tricks you. Let me try to explain. There's no way that I can get down quick enough. Do you see a wind trap, boy? Run, boy, run! You know, I have a feeling that I'm going to have to do what I said I was going to have to do, only to now realize that I can't do it because the wind traps are no longer there. They were sucked into the floor. Alright. There's got to be a logical way to solve this. It's a puzzle, just like all others. This is the chamber, and that's the gate up there, but that gate is closed. Is it possible to open it? What I'm basically saying is that when I played the original God of War all the way back in those days, I felt sorry for Kratos that the gods didn't they didn't take away his nightmares. They forgave his sins, but they didn't give him the relief, the peace that he wanted, that he needed. And, well, like an idiot, I just sort of accepted that because I believed what they said, that even though they can forgive his sins, they never actually promised to take away his nightmares, because maybe there are just some things that not even the gods can forget. Great. This chain exists, while at the same time it doesn't exist. And it doesn't look like there's any way to actually open the gate from here. I would need to use the winch mechanism. So, like I said, I felt sorry for Kratos, but I basically kind of like chalked it up to technically the gods did exactly what they said they do. They literally never said that they would take away his nightmares. He just misinterpreted what they meant. So, not that I was blaming Kratos for being deceived, because I still felt that it was messed up. Even after 10 years of doing their bidding, Kratos is still going to be stuck with the nightmares of what he did to his family, and he's never going to rest or know peace. And that's how we meet Kratos, at his lowest point, when he is completely exhausted, has absolutely no hope left, and tries to end it all. But then, that's where we came in the game, and that's basically how we thought the game was going to end, only for the winds to suddenly change, where Kratos is saved from death and brought all the way back up by Athena, who then opens the Hyperion Gate, claiming that Kratos can't die today because the gods will not allow someone who has done such service to die by their own hands. Ares had to be stopped, but now that he's dead, there's an empty throne on Olympus, and suddenly, when the gate opens up and you see the staircase that leads to Olympus, you realize that, holy shit, they're making Kratos into the new god of war, and you're overwhelmed by the grandeur of it, the splendor, because you suddenly realize that the title of this game and the subsequent franchise that was to follow, it's not... All this time throughout the game, you thought it was referring to Ares and how Kratos related to him. But in truth, it turns out it's not about Ares. Not anymore. It's about Kratos. Kratos is the titular character of the franchise. He is the god of war. And, honestly, the way that the game ends, I was completely blindsided. Like, I was in such awe by it that I completely forgot that this revelation, this reward, came right after the gods completely screwed Kratos over. And what's even worse is that... Wait a second. I got it. Yes.
Ah, clever.
Oh man, but I should have done the second one. Can I even hit the second one from here? Nope. The first one will always block it. Oh well, I think that it's facing in the good enough position. But like I said, the first game kind of makes you forget, because you think that now that Kratos is immortal, it kind of makes up for it. You don't consider the fact that even the gods of Olympus still need to sleep. They still need to rest, and Kratos is still without. He's still being tormented by the pain of his loss, and now he basically can't... And now he's immortal, so it's arguably even worse. So like I said, the ending of God of War kind of catches you off guard. It tricks you into thinking that it ended on a good note. Now don't get me wrong, God of War 1 is still my favorite of the games.
The road stuff. Slower.
Whoa!
What's going on?
Yggdrasil!
Trap!
Father!
Oh no! It's wiping away!
Boy, get out of here!
I'm fine. How do we get you out?
Pull chains on the wall.
But there are 3 of them. What do I do?
Atreus, focus! You can do this!
Please hurry. I don't know yet if I can drown.
Okay, think. Hati's the silver one. He hunts them. Skull's gold and he chases the sun. For Ragnarok to happen, they have to eat them. But these are out of order.
Yeah.
Good boy.
So the moon goes on the left, sun on the right. With Midgard in the middle, but which bar do I pull?
How do I
The middle!
pull the middle one down first? Nope. Wrong. No.
The left!
Gotta get them in order. Moon left,
The
sun...
middle! The right, boy!
Moon on the left, sun on the right. Midgard in
The
the...
middle!
What do I do about that?
The left! Pull the right!
Moon, Midgard, sun. Moon...
Left, boy! Middle bar!
Come on. Almost.
Left, boy!
Did it!
I thought that I was gonna die there.
Can't drown. Yes, that's something.
We're not stopping! Wait! What's that big
It's
thing?
another trap.
Father, above
Oh dear. This is interesting because this is the first time that Kratos has been in a trap and he has to depend on somebody else. Find a way to jam the mechanism.
Boy, you have to stop that chain.
How?
I do not
Use your
know.
strength. You could do it.
Wait, I know what to do.
Her knife?
There's no other way! It's not working! That should have worked!
The knife was a divine relic. Faye has to be a goddess. Thank you, boy.
Her knife.
I know. But it saved you.
That was cunning, boy.
Looks like we had to give up the knife. The kid gave up his mother's knife. Yep, that means that when the kid is older, he gets the axe. I won't have it any other way. I mean, the original God of War even makes you forget that Kratos is literally taking over the position of Ares. He's basically becoming literally the one thing he hated the most. The Black Rune.
The road's free! I think we did it!
Aye. Let's go see what Tyr's got for us.
You did it, boy.
Oh, raised protection. It rubbed off. What should we do?
We keep going.
Yeah, it's not like you can't go back and visit her and get another one. I mean, sure, she had to make it out of urine, but that's odd. The roots of Yggdrasil.
There it is. We've got it.
The roots of Yggdrasil specifically rubbed off the enchantment. But on Kratos, right? It didn't touch the boy. Mimir?
Boy. Yeah. On the day you were born, I made two knives, mixing metals from my home and from this land. One for myself, and when you were ready,
One for you.
one for you. Today is that day.
So I'm a man now. Like you?
We are not men.
We are not men. We are more than that. The responsibility is far greater.
I'm getting misty-eyed. Has it really been an hour?
And you must be better than me. Understand?
Be better than me.
Say it.
You will be better.
Power of this weapon, any weapon,
Comes from here.
comes from here,
Tempered in here.
but only when tempered by this. By the discipline, the self-control of the one who wields it. That is where the true strength of a warrior lies. You must never forget that.
I'd hug you, but my armor would burn
Good
you.
then.
God, that's such a good scene.
Forever.
The Black Rune. Can we return to the mountain?
Blank.
Blank? It glows in his
Wait.
hands. What? Oh, it's alive! It's,
The rune! Did you see it?
Yes!
Are you certain?
I got it. Trust me.
Good day. Aim for the face.
Oh! Wait. Grendel of the Ashes? Grendel of Frost! Yep, fire and ice. They're elements. Wait a second. Ashes is healing. Release the dogs. Time to die. You alright, boy?
Phew. He was big,
I've
but no match for us gods.
I have beaten.
I have beaten bigger.
Puny troll.
Puny
Yeah. I'm turned around.
Grendel of the Ashes. This must have been the other Grendel's brother. Wait, Grendel, as in... They don't mean... As in... Beowulf? That Grendel? Or do they mean Ashes and Frost and... Or maybe the Ashes is a different kind of title than... Title that the fire trolls use to honor their kind. There's so much we don't know about trolls, but I guess the most important thing to know is that they are all trying to kill us, so we have to kill them first. That's what Father would say. Grendel of the Frost. Grendel of the Frost was the stuff of legend. Even Mother thought he was just a myth. It was said that Grendel was the strongest and most feared among the Stone Troll tribe. They hold the name the Frost in the highest regard and only gift it to someone who is to be honored and revered, and now he's dead. Serves him right for trying to kill us. I have a feeling that Mimir is about to become very worried about Atreus' attitude, because ever since the kid found out he's a god, he's, well, let's just say it's going immediately to his head. And he doesn't have all that much space in there to begin with. Let's just say the kid might be getting a little too big for his britches. He might be being bought over by the grandeur that we all were when we played the first God of War, when we found out that Kratos was going to be rewarded by becoming the new God of War.
Which way is the sandball back up?
I'm turned around. Hardened Svantime Steel! Yes! Kid, we can get you a new upgrade. Tartarus Rage! Oh, come on, you gotta do the third one. You know that comes with a third one. Chaos Flame? The problem is, do I let Brock upgrade them or do I let Sindri? Because Brock upgraded them the first time, but now I want to get Sindri's reaction. Okay. Father told me he's a god, and so am I. I guess not knowing was making me sick. He seemed so ashamed. I guess because of how much he hates gods. But Mom always said that some of them were good. Anyway, back to Tyr's vault to find the Black Rune. That's another thing that I kind of basically wish was a bit more nuanced about the Greek saga of God of War, because every single god that Kratos came across eventually turned out to be a completely manipulative asshole who was just using Kratos for their own means, and they eventually double-crossed him. But even though Greek mythology says that most of the gods were dicks, I really do think that there were some of them that were at least fairly neutral, that they were okay guys. In fact, most of them get screwed over by the other gods. I mean, I think that Hephaestus is one of the biggest examples, because he was literally screwed over from day one. The only thing that I actually remember him doing that was even remotely bad was basically making a throne that was meant to trap Hera and she couldn't stand up from. And that was just to get back at her for throwing him out with the bathwater. But let's see. More than myth. But much more than myth. I did it. But you guys remember what I've said about Helios? Like, there was one bit of interesting thing that I basically had forgotten about after I played God of War Chains of Olympus. Well, in that game, the whole point of the game is that you're supposed to rescue Helios because he's been kidnapped by Atlas, who was set free by Persephone, who's going to use Helios' power to destroy the world. At the end of the game, Kratos flies the chariot of fire carrying the sun all the way back up into the sky, and because Kratos has basically been fighting non-stop ever since the Persian siege, he basically finally collapses from exhaustion and falls off of the chariot. He gets saved by Athena, and Helios joins her as she goes out and takes the Gauntlet of Zeus and the Sun Shield back from him. And Helios says he's very weak. Should we help him? Helios seemed to be the only god of Olympus that actually wanted or expressed any kind of interest in helping Kratos purely for no benefit of their own, because Helios had already been saved and he probably felt an honor debt to Kratos and was like, should we help him? He's asking for permission from Athena because Athena was basically like second in command on Olympus, but Athena is the one who told him not to. So, chaos and conflagration. So I think that that's interesting because, and I'm honestly kind of cheesed off at God of War 3 for killing off Helios before he actually had the chance to repay Kratos' debt. What I'm saying is that the games needed more gods that weren't out for themselves and who weren't going to screw Kratos over in the end. I wonder what happened to Artemis. I'm guessing that she's one of the gods that I speculate to have fled to Egypt in order to escape from Typhon, though in this case it'll probably be from Kratos' rampage. Anyway, that whole scene with Kratos giving Atreus his new knife and saying, I made it from 2 metals, one from my homeland and one from here, so that the knife would represent Atreus. He's born of these 2 worlds, and now he's ready to have this knife, probably because he's been told that he's a god, but also that he proved himself by saving Kratos out of that death trap there. So he had to sacrifice his mother's knife, probably the thing that means the most to him, in order to save Kratos' life. So I guess that clued him in that he was ready. And hearing Kratos talk about how the things that he must be ready with and all that discipline stuff, that's good father-son shit that the game, honestly, I figure would have been working with a whole lot sooner than this. I really do love the stories with the whole father-son dynamics, but Here's a personal preference with me. There's one thing that I kind of don't like, because basically it's become kind of this universal Newtonian thing that a father's duty is to prepare the son to be better than how they were, to basically have a better life than they did. And don't get me wrong, that's a noble thing to aspire to, and to want your son to basically grow up better than you did. But the one thing that I see wrong with it, the one flaw that I have with the entire notion, is that it kind of reflects badly on how the father kind of grew up, because it basically is like saying, yeah, my quality of life sucks, so my job is to make sure that you don't make the same mistakes I did, so that you can basically have a better life than I did. So that's basically like my take on it. It's a very pessimistic take, because it's basically like, because I see that that's where society is headed. I basically see that with each passing generation, things aren't getting better for people, they're getting worse. Like, the struggles that basically the previous generation had, don't get me wrong, they had some pretty bad struggles, but they basically had it easy compared to what's been going on today. I'm just basically looking around because I'm trying to find that last seal. Seriously, like, how have we not stumbled across the chest by now? And I'm surprised that we haven't had to get up there and jump onto these things. It just basically comes off as sad, because the cycle is perpetuating. Like, you basically try to do better than how your father did, but inevitably you're going to screw yourself up. And your quality of life isn't going to be anything like what you thought it would be, anything like what you were promised, anything like what you actually worked for. So you basically try to fix the mistakes. You try to do better for your own son. You get him growing up believing the same ideal that you did, trying to avoid all these mistakes. And he's just going to end up not only in the same boat, but he's probably going to end up even worse off than you. I really don't mean to be such an eternal pessimist, but I can't imagine who would actually want to bring children into a world that's literally deteriorating the way that it is right now. There's stuff back there. Well, here's an ancient chest. Weightless grips of protection, rare blade pommel, moderate perk activation, chance to grant a protective barrier preventing damage from attacks, successfully landing Rising Fury on an enemy. I kind of like the grips of the Cursed Flame. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping the grips of Cursed Flame. Especially considering that I can upgrade them one more time. Gotta be a way through. Because I see those weird plant-looking things that can be... Wait a second, was this... No, this wasn't always here. Oh, I wasn't seeing the plants at all. I was seeing the sarcophagus. Stone of Fire Mastery. Burn. Very nice. What is that? Oh, it's just the fungus. That's a chest. But this could be my only chance to actually find where that Nornir chest is. Or gate. Whatever it ends up being. I have a feeling that I might have just trapped myself here. Oh. I was overconfident. I thought that I basically had found how to get out. I gotta leave the first one frozen. But what can I say? I wasn't expecting this. Okay, I've opened up that one. There's gotta... But there is another door on that other side, so... Is it another scarab? So, pretty sure we went down there. Yep. I was supposed to leave that one frozen. Wait a second. No, it was just the light. Reflection. Haven't seen this one before. Honestly, this is kind of more what I expected from this game, and I'm a little legit surprised that we're only getting this now. Wait a second. I'm too smart for you now, game. Besides, I could have just punched it. Etched Crest of Determination. Well, that ought to take care of it. Kind of wish that they'd give me specifics for Tyr's Vault. I did this, right? Yep. Although it probably won't hurt to just take another look around. That's the way that we came. That's a dead end. And that's the one that has the sarcophagus at the end. Oh yeah, remind me to grab that rage stone. If I find it again. That's our way out. The stone is gone. What? So I die and now I've lost all my rage? Yep, that's how it goes. Fuck me. Well. I really liked this episode, but right now I'm hungry. And we've gone over time, so I need to get myself something to eat. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment down in the comment section below. Like it and share it with your friends. Keep up to date with more God of War coming at you in the future by smashing the subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.